Hello, and welcome back to here on the single player world where I've got a huge project I'm working on, and it's pretty much all done already. If you've seen the stream, you already knew what I was actually going to be building, but I thought for the sake of me actually trying to finish this thing, I would essentially get almost all of it done, this whole project, and then just kind of walk you through what I did to get here. And there are a few things that I still need to change that I'll work through in the video today. But for the most part, the build is kind of already done. So to give some context here, I have kind of decided I'm done with doing these little downtown buildings and stuff, all the things that have been happening over in this direction. And so I wanted to try to do something new, right? Something a bit different, a bit of a different style. And so I decided a big bridge would be fun. And I wanted to try to do an Art Deco style, which I feel like has turned out fairly good. Let's actually go fly up in the air. Instead of free cam, we can actually fly through this one, which is awesome. But it's got some little motifs of being like Art Deco, which has got like simple kind of patterns that are still kind of detailed. And I think it looks really good. I wish the sandstone and birch and combo of that looked more gold-like, because that's kind of what I was going for. Because a lot of Art Deco things that I've seen will have like a dark background, hence the dark background, and then have like gold detailing on it, which is the fancy engraved stuff, and or not engraved, like detailed like this, but just in gold. But unfortunately, this doesn't quite look goldish. I tried lots of different block choices. None of them had enough of the variants of blocks like sandstone and birch did. So that's what I ended up having to go with, and it doesn't look all that bad for having to go with it. And for those of you that actually want to see what it looks like up close, we can actually go over here and get to walk on it. It's pretty plain right now, but I want to build some things over on this side at least. Maybe some things will happen over here too. Less sure about what's going to go over here. I feel like I already have an idea of what'll go over in this direction though. So that's the area that I'd like to start with. And it's also the area that's going to require the most work, because I've had to do a lot of terraforming over here. Well, let's actually just go see. This was the natural mountain. This is the non-natural mountain that I've built kind of on top of it. A bunch of coral was used in here, a bunch of the dried out coral blocks. A bunch of mud. I love how it looks from a distance. It looks a little hectic up close, but you're never going to be this close usually. There was already this big cave system here, but I don't know, make it more of a cave system when I enclose the whole thing essentially. But yeah, I think it looks pretty good. Obviously, I haven't figured out exactly how I want to do the top and the rest of the terraforming around. But compared to the terraforming that I did over here on this side, this is looking so much better. We've actually got like texturing that looks interesting. I actually used moss instead of just the normal like vanilla style, which I thought, oh, the vanilla style would be fine. It's not fine. So I'm learning a lot of things. I'm getting better. And I've also been working on this over here because it's going to lead right up to the actual like bridge, not up to the bridge, but underneath up to it. And I thought it also would need to look nice, right? If it was how it looked before, it would kind of ruin the view of the bridge, which is the main point of this. So I did some of this on stream, and thank you for everyone that showed up and gave me some help. And I've been working on it since, and I'm really happy with how it's turned out. Let's go over here so we can get a different perspective, because I feel like, and I should put on my armor here so I don't die when I'm flying around. This is the better perspective to see it from, because if you see it from this side, you don't see like the bits of stone in between the moss, you mostly just see the moss. Whereas if you see it from over here, you get a lot of the stone bits in between the moss bits, which is unfortunate because there's nothing over here to see this angle from. But that's just kind of the nature of that area over there. But I think it turned out pretty good for trying not to be too complex, right? We'll obviously have to do something in between to connect up the two areas, so it's not just vanilla in between. I tried to keep it fairly simple because I didn't want it to just be light, medium shadow, and then dark shadow like a lot of people do, because it doesn't make much sense in my head. So I made it mossy on the top, Had the moss kind of slowly creep down over the stone, and then down here, it's gone muddy and stuff, is how I was imagining it. So some of the mud's already gone up. These, I feel like, are a good mix between the smooth, not smooth stone, but the normal stone, and like the mud, which is what I also used up here. So I took that and moved it down here as well. And so it gives it enough variety that even though it is mostly just plain old stone, like in the middle section and throughout, different sections, it doesn't look too plain for being mostly just stone, which is what I wanted to go for without having to do the whole shading stuff that I'm not a big fan of. Though I did do a little bit of shading over on this rock here, because I figure sometimes shadings do make sense. If something's like really shiny, right, then there's going to be like a certain point where the sun is on it that's going to be more shiny, which is what I kind of did here. Because I thought, oh, maybe it's a nice, shiny, clean rock. For some reason, the moss doesn't like it. So there's no moss on the rock. And I feel like it turned out pretty good. It's very subtle, but that's just what you do with shading. And it looks much better than how it did when it was just plain. But okay, the part that we have to talk about, the part that needs to get fixed, is this tree. I haven't touched it since I worked on it on the stream, and I'm actually surprised by how much I got done during the stream, but obviously I didn't finish putting the leaves on, but I thought I would wait, instead of it doing before I started recording, I thought I would do it kind of with you guys, how I'm going to fix this tree, because there's a couple things that I noticed that are a bit off about it. The first thing is, I kind of feel like the tree should have gone out more like this, so it was properly like perpendicular from the wall here, kind of the corner. It's kind of weird, but I think I would have gone more to the left than to the right that I did. But trees are natural, and they just kind of go every wonky way, so maybe that's not the biggest problem. And I can always add, I think I probably will add a branch coming off like right here, so that it leans a bit more in the direction that I'm interested in. But the bigger thing that I think is throwing me off about this is that the leaves are going all the way around on all sides of the branch. I tried to leave some, like this one over here is kind of better because you can see the bottom of the branches. But like over here, I should be able to see the bottom of these branches and not have leaves here, because on a tree, the leaves don't go down from the branches, they go up from the branches because the leaves are trying to go up towards the sun. So there's a lot of leaves on here that don't make sense that I just kind of did in a rush while I was on the stream. And so I thought kind of explaining it before I tried to just fix it right away would maybe help you guys in the future. If you're making a tree like this, let it be that you can see the branches from down below and have the leaves go in the upward direction. I'm hoping it'll look a lot better. So I am going to get to doing that. And then I will come back and we will see if I've improved the tree or not. So I finished things up here. It was pretty simple. I didn't try to spend too long on the tree. I realized I could have been here for like hours, just like moving little leaf blocks around and trying to make it perfect. But I feel like it looks a lot better than it used to. It also just needed originally a bit more fluff still from where it was during the stream. And then I added some highlights to it, some extra leaves. And if we do some flying around, this side's not the best, but hopefully we won't be seeing it from that side as often. This side is where we'll be seeing it a lot because it'll be with the bridge in the background, and we'll be facing from over here this way. And I feel like it looks a lot better. It's still not perfect, but I think it's really good, especially for the fact that it's not even the main build of the video. This is the main build. This is just what I happen to be doing right now. And I think it looks really good from underneath because we get to see all the little branches, and that's important. You should be able to see all the little branching systems and stuff from underneath here because all the leaves should be going up. Now, before I close off this video, I wanted to mention that I've got access to a new YouTube feature. I literally just got the email while I was working on the tree, and I hadn't heard of it before, so I think it's only rolling out to a few channels at a time. Looks like it's been out for a while, but eventually now got around to me. But it's called like communities or something. It's kind of like a subreddit, but built into my channel, apparently. You can only access it on your phone through the mobile app, not on desktop, which is a strange choice by YouTube, but maybe it's just because it's still in progress. But it's kind of like the post systems that you see on YouTube, but instead of just me making posts, you guys can make posts too in my little community section. And so I'm going to try it out. I enabled it on the channel. But if you guys want to post anything there, I think all you need to do is be a subscriber, and then you guys can post your own stuff there. Me and other people from the channel can reply to it, give you comments on it. So if you've got your own build that you want to share, something you need some like help with building wise, you just want to make a joke because that's what you do, then that'd be the perfect place for it. I honestly don't know if it's going to get used enough to be useful, but maybe it will, maybe it won't. I guess we'll find out. But I think I'm going to end it here. I'm really happy with how things are turning out. For being such a short video and me struggling to come out with this for way too long, I love how this has turned out. The bridge looks gorgeous. It connects up to some really beautiful, like terraforming compared to my old terraforming, especially. And sure, it's not done, but there's been a lot. There's been more terraforming down here. We got a gorgeous tree in. Like, this has been such a productive video for something that has taken me and I've struggled with for a bit too much. But with that, I will see you all in the next video.